Hello everyone, welcome to Homeschool Autism Life. My name is Jamie. This video we are going to be doing a homeschool update for my son, Darrion. He is autistic. He's just turned 16, which I cannot believe is how old my eldest child is now. However, that's the age that he is at right now. And I have spent many video on this channel speaking about how I homeschool him, how things have changed over the years. Lots and lots of things have changed because the name of the game of homeschooling an autistic child, I truly believe, is adjust, pivot, change. You think you've got it and then change again. I have learned about once every quarter, sometimes every half a year, I need to do an about face and pivot because I'm noticing a lot more tension, a lot more frustration. He's giving me a lot of pushback on what he is willing to do. He is capable of doing so much more than he actually does. And I've learned over the years that just because he can doesn't mean that I can make that happen or I can force that to materialize. And so because I'm prioritizing his I hate to say mental health, but that's essentially what it is. But I'm focusing more on his emotional and mental health. I am willing to pull back on the expectations of things that he may or may not use of going further, and then if he is more open to doing, say, math sheets or science or those types of more bookish stuff, then I am going to be willing to do that when he shows me that that's what he wants to do. So again, adjusting and making sure that the things that I'm teaching him are things that he's going to actually take through and carry through the rest of his life. So even things like the math that we do, the reading that we do, all of the things that we do is more focused on life skills as opposed to just he's supposed to be in grade 9 and he should be able to do this, 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 and this. That has gone out the window as time has gone on, and I recognize that I'm pushing him or I'm fighting him to do these things when he sees no value or purpose in them. And that is him in the background. If you can hear him, I'm sorry. He is in a phase where he's doing a scene from a video and they're screaming. So if you've watched some of my older videos, then you know I threw these menus together for his homeschool. He is so great at doing his date, remembering. He even sometimes will forget that he needs my help to write the Tuesday, and he'll do it himself. Most of the time I am the one who's going, okay, and he will write it that way. But as he's gotten so used to doing it, there are times where he forgets that he wants me to do it with him. But it's so good to see him. Like he knows the date off by heart, which is a really good skill for life. And then I had some of these things where I had filled these out. He has done them. He's done them perfectly for the most part. This is our math, so he's choosing 3 things that he needs to do. We also have been doing some paintings and stuff, just very intermittently depending on what he wants. So this was what we had been doing, and again, like he would see this book and he'd be like, no, 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 no. And so I'm like, okay. Again, there's a happy medium, if you will, or there's a line where I always say, like, you want to push your child to excellency into doing more things, and then there's times where you have to kind of pull back and go, okay, it's not worth this amount of fight. And there's always, like, I'm always dancing that line with him, trying to get him to go outside, even though he really desperately doesn't. And so you're like, okay, is it worth fighting? because he's really adamant that we are not going to go outside. But then you also go, well, you cannot live your entire life in your pajamas and not go do things. So that's where I am, again, dancing this line. If you're somebody who's dealing with this, please put it in the comments so I don't feel like I'm the only one. So because I'm recognizing a resistance and a pushback, I have been kind of trying to come up with new things for this season, but also come September to kind of adjust. I still think I will be doing menus, but I think I won't be doing it as complicated as I was doing it before. Before I had 2 weeks worth of things because I thought it was like it's different all the time, and then that would be something that he would enjoy. And it was to a certain degree, but it did get old to him pretty fast. And so I think I'm just going to have maybe 3 or 4 that are made up, and then I can switch out pages really quickly and stick in new ones. And that sort of idea. So what I have done is I went and got this from Temu, and I'm still gonna, some of the cards that they have didn't fit what we've been doing, and so I need to add some drawings and stuff to it, but they're just like simple Velcro. And I've got his morning routine and then his school routine. And so sorry, that's getting weird. We're having a very overcast day, so I'm sorry the lighting's probably a little bit weird. But so each of these are stuff that he can peel off and put in a basket when he is done, and I'm hoping that that will help. One of the things I've noticed, our son is very tall and lanky, but as he gets older, he's going to need to start doing exercises. So we have a treadmill. I want to include that in his school time, kind of for the purpose of getting him moving, but it is something that he's not sure about. It's like the ground is weird, and it took me even a while to get used to the treadmill. So I'm hoping that over the course of time, he's getting to that age where exercise is going to be important. He can lift weights and stuff like that. So I want to include those types of things in the coming months for him. Another thing that I have added to his thing, which has been pretty straightforward and easy, is telling time. Now, I recognize that a lot of individuals would find this to be kind of old-fashioned, but I also recognize that in certain places you don't have the ability to look at your phone. You might not, there might be an old-fashioned clock around, and so I want him to be able to tell the time. So with this one, I feel like it might be old-timey, and he might need to use it a handful of times in his life, let's say, maybe not, maybe more. But if we get him a watch, or we, if this is something that he can master, it's also really good for your brain to be able to look at the time and go, this is 12:15, or this is, 15 minutes until 7 o'clock when I need to be someplace, or whatever the case may be. I want this to be something, and this was the best way to do it, because a quarter or a half past is a really important structure of time to remember. So you're getting like fractions, you're getting math because you're counting 5, 10, 15, 20. You're getting a whole bunch of things in this one activity. So what I do, I've got these bingo cards. It was just something that I got from a garage sale or a yard sale, and literally it has many of these cards, and so the times are all different. So we do this one a couple of times, and then I'll change out the card and we'll do another one. But I will usually group things together. So if there's 2 12 o'clocks, or o'clocks, so it's 6 o'clock and 12 o'clock, I will ask him which one is available, or not which one's available, which one is 6 o'clock, and he will look and try and find it. Which one's 12 o'clock, and he will mark it with a check mark. And then after we've finished doing that, then I will also have him look at our clock in our living room, which is an old-fashioned clock. It doesn't even have numbers. Again, trying to get him to like recognize the shape, recognize, oh, this is the number for that, this is where the hands are. And then he tells what time it is when we do this activity. So this one, he doesn't mind, he doesn't fight me on. It's fairly quick, fairly fast, and so always a win-win. The other thing that we have been doing is I made these books along with the menu, but now I have them that this is his Monday book, this is his Thursday book. So this is book, and each one of them has some, yeah, so you can tell my eraser was being silly there, but this is some roots, and then he can flip it over and look and see if he got it right. So these I will tell you about in a minute. Yeah, so all of these are in there that way. I'm just trying to find, I do not like, okay, so this one is another thing. And these are all available that you can get, not the books, because I made them out of manila envelopes, but this is so that I can simply take this out and replace it with something else later. So this book is all about food that Mr. Darrion likes to eat, and so, or doesn't like to eat, depending on what it is, but I like spaghetti, and he doesn't like the red sauce, but he likes spaghetti noodles, so then he's got that. These ones, same deal. You're getting him to read the word, and then once the word is read, or you have a chance, then you can show him pictures. Is it sausages? Yay, it's sausages. You got it right. These ones, I also do things like, I do not like eating cereal. And he's like, oh, Blackie. He does like cheese. I do not like eating cereal or cookies, yeah, and he doesn't like eating cookies anymore. I like eating bacon. So all of these are ones that you can reproduce if you would like, and I will share with you. So I just printed these out, I cut them out, and then I folded over so that you can't see the picture, but you can see the word. And this is from flashcardfox.com for your personal or classroom use only. So these have been so great because I have one for the features of the face, including things like your earlobes or your nostrils or your pupils. So that's been really handy to have. And then some of the things that I have loved putting in the menus, or just as loose leaf, depending on how Monsieur is feeling, is from my friend Leilani. She has a channel called Living with Eve. I will leave it linked down below, and I will also leave her the Teachers Pay Teachers thing, because she has made these monthly packets available to anyone for free. And so I've been really a grateful recipient of these monthly things, because I don't use all of them. I only print off the stuff that I think Darrion wouldn't find juvenile. Her daughter, who has Down syndrome, she is, I think, in kindergarten or pre-K, I'm not sure. But so some of the pages, they're just like, you know, letter formations. My son does know how to form his letters, so we're not going to do those pages. But we are going to read about things of the Lord, like the rainbow and the way she has that written down. And we can match the color for a really quick and easy, can you read what this says, and match it with those. Simple reading, and then drawing raindrops. Darrion loves rain. So yeah, and then reading a lot of the I like the caterpillar, and sometimes I'll hide this and see if he can't just read it, just read the word, because he can read, we know this, but it's getting it from here out to his mouth that is the more tricky bit. And then she does a song, and so Tree of the Field. I don't know this one, but a lot of the ones that she said has done in the past is My God is So Big, This Little Light of Mine, that sort of song choice. She does those types of things. So, and then this was what I was talking about in the book with the roots. These are, I print them on 2 pages so that they're not super big, but you can print them so that there's 6 on a whole page this way. But because I use them in my books, then I print them 2 page in one. And so each one you can do that, and then I just staple the word over top, and then you flip it up when he's read that word. So those are things like all of those are free resources that you can utilize to build your child's reading and ability to read. Yeah, what else was I going to tell you about our homeschool right now? He still does a puzzle every single day. We're up to 150 piece puzzles, which again, I feel is a worthwhile endeavor because again, it's teaching him routine. This is the routine. And then moving forward, he also often requests to do Playroom Fun, which is our sunrise program, our home-based therapy program that I do with him. That helps his language increase and stuff. I can't do it 5 days a week for 5 hours. That's not possible while I'm homeschooling my girls as well. However, it's something that if he is adamant that we're not going to do school, then that's definitely something that I can always fall back on. But again, it's trying to dance on that line of I need to push you to do things that you would rather not do because that's life, unfortunately. And at the same time, making sure I don't push so much that he struggles with wanting to do anything and everything. Another thing that we have done more recently is I started building things with him with popsicle sticks and white glue. He has a place in our house that he just likes to throw all of his candy wrappers, and it's not in the garbage. And so I thought, well, maybe if we do this activity, that's something that he's like, oh, I built that, and that's where my rubbish goes. So it's finding opportunities that you go, okay, he likes doing this because it's straightforward and it's easy and it doesn't demand a lot from him. At the same time, it's going to help him in his life, and I'm hoping that as time goes on, those activities can turn into something later as we look to adulthood and having to have a job of some kind, because even if he's not getting paid by someone else, he's going to need to do chores with mom, or he's going to need to, say, mail things or stack shelves at the grocery store with mom, or whatever the case may be. I want it to be something that he recognizes as an occupation to do something that isn't his preferred activity. So I hope that this has been a helpful video, that you found some use for it. But I just, again, wanted to express and share that the journey of homeschooling a special needs child is not straightforward. It is always going to be, does this work? Does this make sense? Am I doing the right things? Should I be pushing harder? Should I be backing off? Should I even be doing any academics whatsoever? And I just wanted to let you know that you're not alone, that this is, again, a struggle that I bring to the Lord on my knees on a regular basis and go, Lord, just show me what I need to teach him. Show me how to teach him in a way that he will take that information on board so that one day he is able to use that for his future. So again, thank you so much for watching this video, and we'll talk to you next time.